just love that thing that goes around and boom. That was cool. Yeah, I worked hard on that. Um, Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's 2 days to Christmas. This is Miki Sunshine Creates, and I'm Miki. Merry Christmas and welcome to my channel. Uh, yeah, I was just listening to some Christmas music. Uh, I haven't heard or listened to Barbara Streisand in a long time. I forgot what a set of lungs she's got on her. She can project her voice and hold on to a note for a really long time. I used to be able, I wasn't as good, never as good as her, but I used to be able to do that. Yeah, I used to be able to project my voice, and my lungs were great. Used to do breathing exercises. You have to, because you can't start a note, which is part of your song, and run out of breath towards the end, so you can't complete the whole word or note or something. Oh man, the first time that happened to me, I said, "Ooh, I have to work a little harder on this." But I was also listening to Frank Sinatra singing Silver Bells. That's a song. Y'all know I grew up in Brooklyn, New York City. And that's a song I associate with walking along Fifth Avenue, up, right, across from the Rockefeller Center, and doing some shopping and all the stores that was there. And I even joined Salvation Army one year, and one of my spots was on Fifth Avenue, which was cool. So I'd sit there ringing my bell in my little uniform. It was fun, and it was for charity, so it was like. But that song, especially that song, as soon as I heard it today, I went back about 30, 40, 50 years. Yeah. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Dawn. I was telling everybody about how uh, the song Silver Bells, especially the one by Frank Sinatra, reminds me so much of Christmas in New York. It is a sight to behold. If you ever get the chance to go to New York City, Manhattan, for Christmas, you have to take a stroll up and down Fifth Avenue. You've got to see Rockefeller Center's right there. All those stores, the people, everybody is. It's a one time you can find New Yorkers actually smiling and not as grumpy as we usually were. But it's cool. It just memories, they come and they go. But this time of year, even though I'm Jewish, it doesn't matter. It's the spirit of the season that gets to me. And I remember the lights and the tree at Rockefeller Center. It's incredible. I mean, it's nice to see it on TV, but man, you got to see it in real life. It's it's unbelievable. It is, Dawn, isn't it? Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, you've been there too? That's it. The Christmas shitty. The Christmas show. Oh, wow. That was a slip of the tongue at Radio City Music Hall. at Rockefeller. Oh, you grew up in Jersey. She's a Jersey girl. Ah, she grew up in Jersey. Yeah, today's not a day to see my face. And my throat is a little sore. So you may hear some silences from me. Ah, damn it. At least I'm getting smart now. When I pull a color out, I actually close it before I start diamond painting. And Donna's from Philly, so you've been to New York too. Yeah, I've been to Philly. I sang in a club there. It was part of my band's tour. Philly's a nice city. And they gave us a nice apartment to stay in. Usually we got rooms above the club, and one time, oh my God, I think it was in Delaware. Ooh, it was like a warehouse. It was not the best. The worst and the best was in Annapolis, where we went to a club and they showed us the rooms that were above the club because the club was right on that main street in Annapolis, going down to the harbor. And it was Fran O'Brien's was the name of the club and the circuit that we went on because we went to all these clubs. Um, and I took one look at the room. I sat down on my suitcase and literally cried. It was such a dump. I said, I can't stay here. Look at this place. There's probably bugs all over the place. I don't want to stay here. I was crying. It was so bad. But my boyfriend, who I later married, he said, "Come on, it's not going to be that bad." In actuality, while the room was crap, that I had the best time in Annapolis. I really did. It was fun. Oh, Dawn, the Poconos. I went on my second marriage. I didn't have a honeymoon on my first marriage. My second marriage, we took 3 weeks off and we drove up north. We took a driving honeymoon and I can't remember. We stopped at a lot of places and, took our time. Went to Atlantic City and we had reservations in the Poconos at one of those honeymoon hotels. With the they first brought us to a cabin that was steep to get up there, and our truck did not have snow tires or chains. So we got up there and got unpacked, but we couldn't get back down. So so and it's a shame because there was a private pool as well as a private tub, the heart shaped tub and a heart shaped round bed or something. I don't know, but we had to get the maintenance guys or whoever it was to go up there, get our luggage, put us into a new room, and get his car down because we were slip sliding away. It was, I tell you that again. It was awful, but it was memorable. Unfortunately, it was also memorable for the fact that my cousin died. That was you've heard that story. No need to belabor it and go over it again. Oh, not talkative tonight, but my throat hurts. I don't know what to do about it. You want to saw you. Come on, get. they get stuck in the back. Oh, there we go. Because you open them and then they spill all over the place. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. um, what was I talking about? Oh, Dawn. Oh, yes. Anyway, we tried. We went down for dinner, and to go down for dinner, we just had to take this trail that was it was pretty secure, but it had been snowing. It had been snowing, so that was why we couldn't get the car back down. And and then overnight, oh man, did it snow! It snowed so long and so hard. It was a major blizzard, and I said, but that's okay. We're inside, though we did get a chance to do some sledding, with the electric sleds, whatever they call them. That was fun. But then it got too bad, and they said, get inside because it was a major blizzard. So we went back to the room, and unfortunately, like I said, my cousin passed away. He was only 30, but he had leukemia, and we knew he wasn't going to last much longer because they didn't have half the things that they have now to prolong your life if you have leukemia, or even with the bone marrow transplant to actually cure it. But the biggest problem was not my aunt didn't live far from where we were staying in the Poconos. She lived in upstate New York somewhere. I don't remember where. Um, but my mother called and told me what happened. I said, "Oh, geez, that's terrible." And I'm thinking to myself, why would she call me on my honeymoon? If I don't know if that were my child having a honeymoon and my nephew died, I would wait until her. Oh, don't take this away from her. But this is my mother we're talking about. God bless her. She was a character, but the funeral was going to be the next day because that's what Jews do. We bury our dead within 24 hours. And my mother insisted that I go get in the car and we drive down. It wasn't that far. We're talking maybe an hour's drive in good condition. But there were warnings out then. You know what happens, uh, Dawn, when they put out snow warnings, blizzard warnings. They don't want you on the highways. They don't want you near the highways. And they put out cautions and driving and say, stay home, stay inside, don't drive. And my mother was saying, oh, you can do it. And I said, I can't do it. And I said, we can't. We don't have snow tires or chains or anything. We can't, we'll never make it. And then my aunt called me because she heard my mother telling me to come down. She says, don't you dare come down here. I don't want to have to bury two people. I said, it would be three. I'm married now. But no, she insisted that I do not go. My mother, on the other hand, she kept calling me. And I even got to a point where I told the front desk, there's been a death in the family. It's an emergency. My mother will keep calling. Do not let her through. Don't let her through. Yeah, that didn't stop them. They let her through. 2 o'clock in the morning, they let her through. I said, I think my husband, Joel, said, does she want to be buried right along him? Because he was ready to kill her. It's like, come on. It was really not a good thing to do. So, I mean, and besides, we paid for our honeymoon. My cousin Henry would be the last person to say I should cut my honeymoon short to go to his funeral or, his. They, it's similar to a wake. They have but it's after they're buried, and they sit shiva. Um, to do he would be the last person to tell me to do that. That's why my aunt said, "Don't you dare." It's too dangerous out there, and it was dangerous. So our reservations, we were staying there until Friday. This had happened, I think, on a Wednesday, um, or Tuesday. I don't know. I remember it was 30 years ago. 30, 40, 40 years ago. Long freaking time ago. Stay at home. So I'm sorry, Bonnie. Yay! He's 32 now. That's good. Yeah, but back then, 40 years ago, they didn't have anything. My poor cousin. His wife left him. Took the kids and left when she realized he wasn't going to get better. Son of a. You don't like her. Because what she did. She could have stuck around, man. You know? But she didn't. And after, when we checked out of our room, it was great, man. It was great. Even the rooms in the lodge had their private lap pool. Oh my god! And it was all glass, and all he saw was snow and trees. It was beautiful. It was the most beautiful sight. That's a memory that will last me for a lifetime. Well, it has. Look at me, I'm repeating it. So we drove down to my aunt's house, and everything was fine. We stayed there a few days, but I had to get back to work. So did Joel, because I had accumulated vacation because I never took vacation. So I had like 3-4 years of vacation owed me, which is why I took off 3 weeks. But it was incredible. It was a good honeymoon, I must say. A great way, because we got married in December. It was a great way to spend December. We wanted to go skiing, but we couldn't. We couldn't because we couldn't get there. We got to the snowmobiles, which were closer, but we couldn't get to the skiing. It was just too much snow. If we had chains or snow tires, we probably would have gone. Because you know what happens the day after a blizzard when it stops? It's beautiful. Everything is just a blanket of white. I used to love that when it happened in Manhattan. Because I used to go out and stay out until like 5 in the morning. Because, hey, I'm a young woman. And if it snowed at night and I'd be walking home at 5, 6 a.m. and the sun's just coming up, there's no cars on the roads. There's a blanket of white everywhere, and the city, as far as you can see, is clean. Because I'm sorry, New York City, Manhattan, it's a dirty city. It's gray. I love it. It's my hometown, but it's gray. So to see this with the sun coming up and shining across the snow and the white everywhere, I mean, the sidewalk, the streets, the big, I mean, it's First Avenue, big street. Like what, 4 or 5 lanes plus parking? And it was all snow. Mm, it was pretty. That's the one thing I miss about being up in New York. Not the cold, but I miss the snow, which is probably why we used to go up to Gatlinburg and go skiing because it's nice to visit. I just didn't want to live there anymore. But I do. I miss in many ways Manhattan. I miss it. I miss New York minus the death. It was a lovely honeymoon. But the things I miss most about New York: bagels, fresh rye bread, and pizza. I'm sorry. I just, I can't. There are no bakeries down here that make fresh rye bread like they used to do when you had the mom and pop bakeries, especially in New York. Maybe it's the water, because the bagels, same thing. The one place I had good bagels down here, he told me he actually imported water from New York by the gallons, um, to do use his cooking, and it made a big difference in those bagels. They were the best. Just like they tasted like home. Same thing with this pizza guy. He did the same thing. He used to import water from New York, and oh my, makes such a big difference. Really does. So I miss that. I miss pizza, bagels, and a good fresh rye bread. Seedless, please. I just, yeah. It's they have rye bread down here. The only bakeries down here are in supermarkets, like Publix and Winn Dixie and those places. And I don't know. It's not really a bakery. I mean, it's a bakery, but it's not a bakery. They're not. They're not devoted to baking the way an individual who owns his own bakery is. I mean, that guy takes pride in what he does. At Publix, they just follow the recipe, and that's it. They don't put love into it. And that makes a big difference. I don't put love into your cooking. It makes all the difference, doesn't it? I think so. Put a little love in your heart. Yeah, well, definitely. That's what I used to do with my third husband. We used to cook together, and the food always seemed to come out better. I think because we cooked with love, and we had fun doing it too, laughing, joking. Bagels, pizza, bread. That's it, mine. That's it is. It's the water. You think with all the Jewish people in Florida, they left traditional. You would think so. Unfortunately, um, the Jewish bakeries went out first because of these big chain grocery stores with their own bakeries inside. I remember that December honeymoon, that marriage, my second marriage, we had ordered a cake from an Italian bakery. My God, it was good. It was chocolate and whipped cream and strawberries. Oh my God. Yeah, that was a good one. But they're gone. So all the Italian bakeries are gone too, which is, except for Dars's. But they're a private grocery, but they're not a bakery per se. They do make some baking, but they do make good rainbow cookies. But it's a shame. It's like you'd figure not just with all the Jews down here, but with all the New Yorkers down. We used to think of South Florida as the sixth borough because so many people were down here who actually came from New York. And yeah, what are you gonna do? Not much. Not much. So, hello to all my 5 people that are here. I know a lot of you are just listening. You don't chat, but that's okay. Let's do this. Let's pour a little out. I'm being a good girl. Close it up so I don't knock it over. Because we all know I'm the clumsy one. And what is that? V. That's V. I don't know if you see my unboxing of that DAC I did. I worked so hard on it because I kept having issues with the editing. The beginning and the end. There wasn't much to edit in the middle. I just cut a few things out where I was quiet or I was coughing. Don't want to record coughing. But I think it came out great, and I love that painting. It's The Librarian. If you haven't seen it, you gotta watch it. You gotta look at that painting. Even if you just fast forward, it's gorgeous. I can't wait to start working on it. Though the first thing I'm going to be working on next year is, of course, anybody guess? Crazy Cat Lady. Oh, by the way, the painting that I've been working on, the Melody in Pink by Josephine Wall, the canvas, the glue on the canvas was so bad, I kept having drills fall off. Some of them popped up, but not many, but they would fall off. Just, they fall off. I try and put them back and rub it in, and they fall off again. Some of them I even had to use craft glue, a little dab of craft glue to keep it there. So I rolled it up, put it in a box, emptied all the drills out from my storage kit, my Harbor Freight, and threw it away. Now I have to find another one because I really like that picture. I really like that. And yes, I did keep all the ABs. I mean, come on, what are you gonna do? I'm not gonna throw them out. Yes, Miami Beach used to. I remember visiting my grandmother. She had a little condo down there, right on, not Alton Road, on Collins. My other grandmother had an apartment further north on Alton Road. Thank you, Dawn. I haven't seen it yet. Gotta see it. Gotta see it. Oh, yeah. There it goes then. Hey, it's me. You know me here. That's why you keep coming back. I don't understand why you keep coming back week after week. Though I have to admit, the thing that took me the most of my energy and time and imagination was my Christmas premiere. It's a little risque. It's a lot risque, but it's funny. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of laughter in that one. I couldn't. Yeah, Collins is along the beach. She had a condo right there in one of the old hotels. It's very deco, very art deco. It was so cool. Unfortunately, she passed away before I had a chance to take it from her. Actually, she sold it. You know, she could have gotten a lot more for it if she'd held on to it, but I wanted to move in there. That was great with walking distance to every. She was like 6 blocks from Lincoln Road. I was there when Lincoln Road was being built when I was 14. This was not my grandma Mary who had. This is the one who had the apartment on Alton Road, and she took me down there because that's where she would get her hair done or something. She went shopping, and I remember they were making Lincoln Road Lincoln Road. In other words, they were digging up all the concrete to lay down beautiful cobblestones and bricks and things. And so my grandmother parks along, the curb, and they're behind us where there's it's blocked off because they're using that stupid thing to pick up the concrete. Just as I'm getting out of the car, they lift the concrete and out come about 1,000 palmetto bugs. Apparently, I flew to the top of the car. That's what my nana told me. I flew to the top of the car, and I was screaming. I was no. You is right. And they had one of the construction guys had to pick me up and put me back in the car because I didn't want to step down at all, even though they weren't there anymore. I don't want no, put me back in the car. I'll wait when they do that. While they were building Lincoln Road, I never went there again. I mean, it turned out beautiful, but I could not believe. It's one thing to see a bunch of roaches, but palmettos? No, 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 no. That's the that's the worst thing to me about living down here. Not the heat. I can handle the heat. I can't handle the palmettos. They're too much. That's asking too much. We used to get them here in this apartment because for some reason, even though the condo association is supposed to take care of exterminating once a month, they weren't coming here. We finally complained, and were getting palmettos and bugs and everything in the house. It was, where the hell are they coming from? And we finally, we complained enough that they found that the guys that they had hired, the company, were skipping over buildings, just skipping the building. Too much work. But now there's another. It's a different company, and they come the first Friday of every month, and they get our apartment. And guess what? No more bugs. No more bugs. Yay! It was bad. Yeah. It was, and ants. Oh God. And we don't have them anymore now, which is nice. We don't even get a lot of fruit flies anymore. I mean, I'm telling you, this place used to be bug central. And I couldn't understand why, because I have never lived in an apartment or a house down here that saw so many bugs: palmettos, roaches, ants, fruit flies. I've never seen that many in one apartment. Keep coming and going and coming and going. It was terrible. It was really terrible. And we complained and complained and complained and complained. I said to the landlord, because we were renting at the time, I said, if you don't get somebody out here to exterminate the apartment and come in once a month, I'm going to do it and take it out of my rent. Apparently, she must have talked to the condo association and they got a new exterminator because my threat worked, I guess. They are. Oh, Bonnie. Did I tell you guys the first time I encountered a palmetto? Except for when I was 14. And they swarmed out of the concrete. Apparently, they were living under there. God, still gives me the shivers. But I was living in North Miami and a nice little I was on the second floor, second or third floor. And my fiance moved in with me. This is the second husband number two. And he moved in with me and everything was fine. I never saw bugs in that place. One day I'm in the bedroom. I don't know if I was sitting on the bed or something, but something big came flying in and I pulled up the quilt and I'm screaming, "Joe, Joe, Joe, get it, get it, get it." I didn't know that the damn things could fly. And when they're mating, the females fly. Oh, I did not know that. I learned that, but I didn't know it. And oh man, that was so scary. I'm still afraid of having a palmetto fly in. That's the worst. I mean, crawling around is one thing that's disgusting. But fly, they're giant roaches. They're roaches on steroids because they are so big. But I'm just glad I don't live in Australia because I hear the bugs and the spiders down there are quite big, and the snakes, and no, thank you. I say you have to be really careful in Australia because there are spiders everywhere. And it's funny though, and these are dangerous spiders. Um, I'm not scared of spiders. Spiders don't bother me. Roaches and bugs that crawl do. I mean, my friend had a tarantula as a pet. It had been devenomed, so even if it bit you, nothing would happen. But banana! Oh, you went live for the verdict? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm gonna wait. I don't think. Did I watch yesterday's? I think I watched yesterday's. I think I watched yesterday's yesterday. I don't remember now. But it doesn't matter. I'll catch up. I'll catch up. Oh, we're talking about bugs. Yeah, Bonnie, you can need both. Ah, hmm, uh-oh. Oliver's going after Jaxie. We put a collar on him with a bell. So we know where he is. Because he's become the second Jimmy Underfoot. So we call him Jimmy Underfoot Jr. he's, he's he doesn't do it to me, but just like Gizmo, he's constantly tripping up Dan. Dan's the one that gets tripped up by the cat. Gizmo used to do it, which is why we gave him the name Jimmy Underfoot. And now Oliver does it, picking up where the other one left off. it's, it's funny. So now I call him Junior. Hey, Junior. But we put a bell on his collar. We gave him a collar and put a bell on it. Now Jaxie knows when he's coming, so she can run away before he attacks her if she's not in the mood to play. Um, and we know where he is because he has a tendency to hide and then shoot out. I gotta say, he's such a goofy cat. I don't know if I told you this last week. He takes paper that he finds crumpled up on the floor or the old lottery tickets that are on that Dan leaves all around everywhere. He picks them up and he puts it in his water dish and then just sits there and watches. Yeah, that, yeah. There's something. Today, we had a mouse toy for him that was mostly catnip and a very thin, it was like compacted catnip and, with a thin coating on it, cloth around it. And they loved that toy. Not anymore. Um, I look over because the water dish is right next to me here. And I look over because I hear Oliver. I hear his bell and I want to say, Oliver. And I look over and I look down at the water and it's brown. Guess what was in there? I, I, I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to say to that. It, yeah, the mouse was in the water dish. And because it wasn't meant to be wet, he made catnip tea. Must have been sitting in there for a while but then it's a fountain. It's a non-fountain. It's a circulating fountain. So it was circulating and running over the mouse and pulling out all of it. So he made catnip tea. Dan was flabbergasted. He just he could we could it's one thing to put paper in. I don't know what he's got this thing about putting stuff in his water dish. That and straws. Dan uses straws. And I think it was last week, Oliver actually spilled his drink grabbing the straw out of his glass. That cat has some chutzpah. And he makes me laugh. every time. We have a routine where I'm usually finished diamond painting or doing whatever I'm doing out here by around 2, 3, 4 o'clock. I get up, I put everything together, turn off my little fan, turn off the overhead light, and go into the bedroom. Oliver follows me or goes in there before me. And he just sits and he waits because he knows I'm going to get out the laser pen and play with him, which I do. So we have our routine. And it's so nice to have a little routine like that. He knows when I go into the bedroom, I'm finished for the day. Ooh, mommy's gonna play with me. I'm telling you, a house is not a home without a cat. I'm serious. Of course, a house is not a home without a dog either, but I don't have dogs anymore. I miss my dog. Oh, she was such a beauty. She was such a good girl. Did you hear the jingling? That was Oliver. Are you putting something in the dish? No. Okay. He's going to munch on the dry food. But I heard him. Now I can turn around and look and see what he's doing. I just hadn't heard him earlier when he put the mouse in the dish. Oh, God. Give me strength, because this little guy, he's a handful. He's funny. He's adorable. He does not meow. He hardly ever makes a sound. Sometimes he will sit there and stare at you, and you look over to him and he'll go, "Meow." Just tiny little, "Meow." Like, what's up? That's it. He never meows. And if he's standing there and you walk over to him and he's in the mood to be pet, he just falls over and rolls onto his back. you you get that beautiful white belly. I gotta say, he's my treasure. But he drives Jaxie crazy. Jaxie comes running into my room and up on my head and behind my head on my pillow to get away. It's the only safe place for her. You heard him, Dawn? Hey, Rose, how are you, Lisa? How are you doing? Excuse me. How have you been? Missed you. Haven't seen you in a while. Okay, any more? This should be an easy symbol to pick up. But... So anyway, I started to tell you about I stopped working on Melody in Pink. I really want to find another one because it's a beautiful painting. It really is. But I had this snack here. I don't even remember where I got it. It's, oops. Yeah. It's a cat in stained glass or something. No, is it 40 by 70? So it's a long one. And I got that thing from Bella Art de Nicole. These little things right here. And on this side. And I roll it. And I'm working from the top down now. Instead of from the bottom up. And I like it. I like this thing. These things a lot. They save a lot of time. And with me, I like to work from the bottom up, but I don't want to roll with the diamonds out because this is plastic. It'll rub them off, and they were falling off by themselves. They didn't need any extra help. And that, Rebecca, how long did that painting take to get to me? I think it was about, 3 months? 4 months. Oh, I kept asking her, please send it, send it, send it, send it. Just couldn't. Oh, Rebecca, did you figure out which one I should buy? Who froze? I froze? Or Lisa froze? I don't know. Somebody froze. I got a cashback bonus from PayPal because I have their credit card. So I had $50, and I want to buy a painting. There are two, one from Craftably and one from Dreamers Designs. I don't know which one to get. I can't get both. I can only get one, and I want both. Not fair. Of course, I can always put one on 4Pay. Not 4Play, 4Pay. With Shop or Affirm or something, or Sezzle. But not yet. I want to make sure everything is covered for the year. And our mortgage is due soon. And that comes right out of the bank. Straight withdrawal. In fact, almost all my payments now get direct deposited from the bank. Auto pay. I'm never late. I just have to make sure that there's money in the bank. But I have good overdraft coverage with Chase. They'll cover something. Send me a note. You're late. You're overdrawn. And I'll go in there the same day. And as long as I go in the same day and put some money in the account, I'm moving it over from savings to that. No problem. No charges, no fees. Who froze? Did I freeze? Uh-oh. Was it me? Did I freeze? I don't. Rebecca, you said she froze, but I still see me. I'm watching myself on I'm watching the video on iPad and talking on StreamYard. Oh God! Thank you, Bonnie. Jeez, you scared me, Rebecca. So, Rebecca, did you figure out which one I should get? Where's my phone? I didn't bring my phone in. I guess not. Oh well, that's life. I'm good, Lisa. The first one is called Mooncat. All right, I'm going to take this off because for some reason StreamYard is not showing me the comments. So I'm not going to see any comments for a bit. I want to show you what my dilemma is. My dilemma is between. I'm waiting for my photos to load. don't know, everything's slowing down lately. Why is my iPad slowing down? Come on. Ah, there we go. Okay, the first one is this from Dreamer Designs. You guys are up in the corner. I love this one. It's like my bedroom is shabby chic, and I love shabby chic. Then the next one I really, really want is this one with the moon glowing up there, and the house, and the white cat on the fence, and the beautiful fountain, and the garden in front. I want this one. I've wanted this one for a while. I think this is the one I'm gonna get. Oh, I just noticed there's a cat on the porch. Look at that. Did you see that? Little kitty on the porch. Little kitty on the porch. But I love this one. I don't know why. I just think so. I can't decide which one to get. I can't. So help me, please. Somebody. I thought maybe there would be a DAC one that I wanted, but even those in my wish list don't do it for me as much as these two do. And they're both good companies, Craftably and Dreamer Designs. And they both make good product. And I don't know which one to get. I'd love to get them both. I want them both. Which one, Bonnie, do you have? I told you I couldn't see um, chat. Oh, the Craftably, what do they call it? Moon something? Though I would call it white cat. The one with the kitty on the porch. You have both of them, Bonnie? I hate you. I just love shabby chic, and I love that. I love it. Nothing in my apartment or my bedroom, my house, has ever been shabby chic until I moved into the house I bought years ago and redecorated my room. Because I always lived with a guy, so I always chose neutral colors and neutral things and plain lines, nothing fancy, nothing too girly. But I saw these Laura Ashley, is that what she's called? Duvets. And I said, I got to get one of those. And if I'm going to get one of those, I got to get a headboard that matches or is close, and a dresser that's like that. And so everything in my room is pink and white, antique white, and little spots of blue. It's very feminine. 9 ABs? Whoa. Body? That's a good reason to get it. I may use that one for my Great Escape painting because, it's the year of creatures, cats, whatever, animals. Uh, and there's this beautiful white cat. There's two cats. That white one is gorgeous. So I might as well, because I could escape to that porch and just sit there with some sweet tea in a rocking chair, reading. Oh, now that's what I call a vacation, retirement. That's retirement. This is This is cool. I'm fine here, but I wish I had that kind of porch and view because my view is of the other buildings around. Granted, there's trees and grass in the pool, but it's still all buildings. Oh, buddy, that'd be cool. Unless we go with something else. Unless we decide on a different painting. Hmm. Actually, I can't wait till the first. Crazy cat lady. That's a paint along if you have it. Join us. I've got so many cat paintings. Just like I have so many landscapes. Oh my God. I have mostly because I would dreamer designs. It's it's their fault. They have too many good landscape artists, especially Guido Borelli. Oh my gosh. That's the one I did was la sulla menta something rosa, the red door. I don't remember the name of it. It was Italian. But it was such a nice, well done painting. And I gotta say that the charting on it was really on the money. You have a lake view, Dawn? I'm envious. At least this view is. I can't say it's better than my house because at my house I had my own backyard and beautiful bougainvillea, and we laid patio uh, bricks, and then we had plantings all around the sides. Oh, it was pretty, but ah, Rebecca, what did you do? Uh-oh, she timed out Dawn. I think that was my mistake. Sorry, Dawn. You better you better apologize. Because I didn't know that when you time someone out, it deletes all their messages from the beginning to the end. Oh well. All right, it's 8:35, and I'm ready to quit anyway. My throat hurts. I can't believe I've been talking so much tonight, even though my throat hurts. But I haven't shut up. So it's time to shut up and say goodnight and thank you all for coming. And remember to be good, be kind. I hope you all have your Christmas presents all done and ready. If not, go wrap them now. Be good, be kind, be happy, be nice, be wonderful, be safe. And until the next time, arrivederci.